Hey, what's up to both the people that'll watch this? Uh, I'm Frank, and I create Dragon, and I'm working on Road Beast, the line of these fantasy fairings bodies, if you want to call it that. And I'm really coming down. Excuse me, I'm coming down to the end here of the first one, Dragon, which is the kind of flagship piece. I've been doing a bunch of work on the model itself. I've printed the gas tank cover in this new format, and I'm going to show that to you in a sec, and I'll show you some of the other parts that are laying around and the progress that I've made on this thing here. So let me go ahead and show you the what I'm working on. Oh, cool. And this is the backside of Dragon. And there's the new tank cover. And let me just see if I can show you the difference here. I don't know how well that comes out on video, but that's kind of a very sort of dull look to it. It actually has Bondo and primer on it. There's a whole story behind that I'll do someday. But this is the new version, how I wanted it done. And if you can see that on camera, it like has a luster to it. It's really, really nice looking. And then over here, I had the different parts. This is what I'm working on here. So where I'm at now is I've redone the tank. Okay, that's redone. And the next part that I want to do, get into production, would either be the front legs or the saddlebags. And no one's ever seen the saddlebags. I'm working on those. It's actually ready to print now, except in my original design, I had this with a metal hinge. Oops, sorry, got that written wrong there. I had it with a metal hinge that would allow the lid to open. And as you can see, I ran into some problems here with compression and stuff like that. So I've gone ahead and fixed this. But in doing that, I've also learned that there are hinges that I can mold right into this piece, and it will actually allow it to lift up and close over here. And there is a little bit of storage in there. And that little shelf there is where a magnet goes, and that's how it holds it closed. So I'm in the process right now of installing the 3D hinge. Of course, that means I'm going to have to bevel these edges here so that they can have freedom of movement and stuff like that. And you've got to take into consideration all those things like that. With the front leg right now, where it's at right now is I learned that I had to modify the front of the leg so that it could fit underneath the fairing here, right? And as well as when we scanned this, I didn't have the fairing hardware on. So we had to make room for that, because if you, I don't even think I have an original one anymore that's untouched. No, these are all, but I've gone ahead and I've taken different pieces of equipment and just chopped it up in there to get it so that not only will the leg fit on there, but you have room for travel up and down inside of that. You have to make accommodations for. And so that leads to this, where the front end gets taken off and a nice skin put back on there again. And then the modifications are done on the inside here now, so that when it prints, it's already there. I don't have to go hacking it up and stuff like that. And then also in the new model, this happens to be two pieces that go together, but that is the real nice pieces that will go together and make up the new front end. I'm afraid this is going to fall here. Yep, sure is trying to fall on me. And then you can see there's tank parts there. There's the other saddlebags that I was going to paint, and through other people's advice and mishaps and learning things. But each one of those things is about $60 worth of filament for the saddlebag. Those are about $25, $30 of filament there. So there's quite a bit tied up in this learning process and getting it to the point where eventually we're going to have it so that, see if you see it breathes fire, vape comes out the nose, and I've really got something cool going with the eyes, to where these are going to be computer screens back there with a glass lens on it, and the eyes are going to be able to move around and look at you. So that's going to be pretty cool. Plus, each one of these ribs that is the spike here is going to have an LED light channel in it, and there's going to be LED lights in it, as well as in the horn and in the back of the face to light it up, because the last thing I want is to get hit on that thing. So that's basically what I got going on. For anybody that actually sees this, gosh, I can't even thank you enough. If you can like, support, all that stuff everybody says, follow me. That'd be really cool. Thanks.